I am with Mike Fitzallen from Seaworthy Inspections. We're here at the Melbourne Boat Show. And Mike, your business, what's it all about? Tell us all about it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Seaworthy Inspections starts here in Melbourne, and we're all about getting an inspection on a boat to stop people from buying someone else's problem and give them a bit of confidence when they're buying or selling the boat. And often the insurance companies, they require inspection every 3 years for the older boats in order to renew your insurance. So we offer a mobile service, come out to the boat, spend a couple of hours looking over it, and give the people a good indication what the condition of the boat is, seaworthy or not, right through the whole lot.
Okay, so is it, it's basically a type of survey, would that be right?
Yeah, and it's a survey, but it's a tier down from the official survey. Surveys are required for a commercial sector, and the recreational doesn't have any mandatory requirements. So we've filled a big void in the market for not only the consumer to receive a good boat and have a nice boating experience and safe, but also not requiring extra services on the water like rescue, all the issues you have on the water that we've all had, so that everyone's day is better and the government aren't being drawn down their resources. So it works for everyone.
Yep. Okay, now the insurance companies, the marine insurance companies you've touched on, and they do require for some policies, especially I'm talking older wooden boats,
for sure.
A proper survey to be done. Can you provide that service?
Yeah, so we've been lucky to get the full support of the large insurance companies. Club Marine, one of the largest one, Nautilus, another one, RACV. They are very keen to see a rapid service developing so that their clients can use the every 3 years inspection, which some of them are mandatory for over 15 or 20 years of a boat. And it's not only the wooden boats, it can be the aluminium ones, the large yachts and cruisers as well. So for them it's great because we know they've got boats which are going to stay floating, as well as they have an issue of providing that service out there because they don't provide it internally. So it's a solution for them as well.
Right, okay, so if I'm in the market for a boat, I can't afford a brand new boat, or I haven't convinced my partner that I should be able to buy a brand new boat, I could come to you, Seaworthy Inspections, and I might be looking to say a trailer boat around the 6 metre mark. What sort of money am I going to have to pay? Yeah,
really in the scope of things, you pay anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000 for that boat, depending on the age and style, if you like. Our services come in for a mobile service for a single outboard at $239. That is us coming to you in the Melbourne metro area. As we expand, we're getting other agencies popping up in the rural vicinity. We're set up in Sydney as well, so for the minimal investment that it is, you've got a really good understanding of whether you need to haggle the price down to do some repairs or if the boat's a walk away altogether.
All right, well tell us, if you've got a couple of examples, maybe you can tell us about of common things you see that the average person is not going to pick up if they don't know much about boats.
Yeah, sure. Well, one of the things we encourage is for people to find a boat they like first. Something which is going to suit their needs and do some look around the boat to see if there's anything major. And some people don't know what to ask, what questions to ask along the way. So we started on the journey by going out to boats, and we were doing 3 or 4 or 5 boats for people when they're looking for them. We thought, well, we can help these guys out in a lot of ways. We give them a pre-purchase guide, so they can ask the questions about when it was serviced last, were there any problems with the boat, have a look under the engine cowl, and be more than a tyre kicker. So we've done a little guide for them here, and that's just going to give them a good heads up, which you can get it from our web page, seaworthyinspections.com.au, and allows people to say, right, I like this boat, now I'm ready for the pros to come in and tell me about if the transom's rotted, if the cylinder's dropped too much compression, if the boat's not balanced on the trailer correctly, it's got too heavy or too light on the bore weight, for example, if the wires on the battery have leached up with the salt water and corroded through, all the things that you can't see from lack of experience or knowledge, that we can fill the gaps and let you know where it's at. Okay,
that sounds like a pretty comprehensive sort of a check. What sort of time are we looking at that you would spend on a boat? I know it's probably a bit difficult, different size boats and all the rest of it.
Sure.
But is there an average sort of time it will take for you to do that type of check?
Yeah, so for trailer boats, it's typically within 2 hours we can do that for the customer. The larger vessels, it's by the foot and by consultation each time. It's a lot more to look at a boat, and a lot more systems, a lot more below the waterline we need to be sure of, and the engines are typically bigger, so that could be anywhere to a day at a time with multiple technicians for something in the 60 or 70 foot range.
There's a few problems on boats which can be more than just an inconvenience, isn't there? There's some that can be serious safety concerns.
Sure.
Can you tell us any examples of boats you've seen that might have been Well, definitely not unseaworthy.
The major structural concern we often come across is transoms. They will leach water in through the smallest of a hole and like a wick suck it up and then rot out over time. We've had boats pull into our driveway which have had the engine just bouncing around off the transom, and the guy goes, well, I think it's a bit wobbly and it's about to fall off the back of the boat because there's no timber or no laminate left to hold it together. Electrolysis is another one we come across. It's the white man's magic of boats. So a boat sitting in the water and someone could have an electrical fault in the marina berth next to them, and the boat's fizzing away like a barocca. And before they know it, they don't know where the leak's coming from. It's blown holes in the middle of their boat. So there's all sorts of these things which I suppose a lot of people don't have the understanding, and we're just here to help them get a safe boat that's not going to sink in a hurry, that's for sure.
We'll get back to your business. The business is, as you say, it's based in Melbourne. You've got a mobile service that goes how far out of Melbourne?
So we're mobile metro Melbourne, so we're around the outskirts of the suburbs at the moment, so typically around about 30 or 40 minutes from the CBD. We do have an area that we cover. There are services we offer beyond that, but there is some mileage we need to apply case by case. But as we get more inspectors on the road, that's going to work out better for everyone. We're a startup company. We're getting a lot of really good traction and support from our own industry and from the boaties as well. So it's just sort of growing with time, slowly and properly, and we'll be able to service all areas.
But you're servicing Sydney as well?
Sydney
already?
starts up in about 3 weeks' time. Our debut is on the Sydney Boat Show, and we'll be doing the same sort of zoning on Sydney Metro as well.
Okay, now I know there's been some discussion in the industry about whether boats should have regular seaworthy inspections. Do they do that anywhere in Australia that you know of?
No, it's only called by the insurance companies at the moment. So there is talk, and AMSA are working on a change in their policies, or legislation I should say, because they're government, but it hasn't been put through, and it's nice that they're working on it because I feel it's something we all need.
What do you think the ideal proposal should be in regards to seaworthies for boats?
I think mandatory on change of ownership of a vessel at a minimum.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thanks for your time.
No worries.
Good luck with the business, and
Great.
we couldn't agree more. We do roadworthies for cars, and the worst thing that can happen to a car is it breaks down. Well, you could have a crash, I suppose.
It's going to
But
happen. It's a bit worse
in
at
your
sea.
boat, it's a lot worse. So
sure.
it's a bit of a mystery why we don't do that.
Appreciate your support. Thanks.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, Corf.